everyone. Welcome to Janderra. I'm Gerwin, and please forgive me. I've broken my dentures again, so I'm a bit gummy tonight. But we're looking at playing a game of Cashflow tonight, so thank you very much for joining me. Hello, Wild. Yeah, so good to see you. It's been so long. Just thinking I'm going to put the link up. So if anyone wants to come up and join me, you're most welcome, assuming I can convince this to do as I want it to do. I had trouble doing stuff last week. So yeah, if you'd like to join me, I mean, you can play just in the comments and let me know what it is you're wanting to do. You can also, I'm happy for Wild specifically, to come up and join me on StreamYard as well if she'd like. So yeah, so let's get started. I feel so funny without my teeth, hey. Can't believe I broke them again. Drives me batty. And again, I've got the music turned off, so we're not going to hear anything in this first part. But if you want to see this first little part again, you can watch previous weeks. Yeah, look, my hair's all disgusted all over the place, isn't it? Anyway, no teeth.
Hello.
Mess hair.
Kiyosaki,
A bit of a mess, aren't I?
Dad,
Let's listen to Robert.
The creator of the board game Cashflow. So I want to thank you for your interest in the board game Cashflow as well as this new electronic.
Can you hear it okay?
When I am asked why did I create this board game, I created it simply because I wanted to be able to find a way of teaching people the same important financial literacy and financial intelligence lessons my rich dad taught me. I had to find a way of compressing it, making it short, making it fun, to compress basically 30 years of education into one game board. So I'd like to explain why it was created and also the two main lessons you can learn from this game. Lesson number one is you'll learn how to be an investor. Today, all of us need to learn how to invest, especially with these flaky 401k and these risky mutual funds and the stock market going up and down. We all need to learn how to become investors. On the board game Cashflow, you will learn what very few people learn. You will learn about the 4 different levels of investor. Level number 1 is a small deal. And that's where most people should start at. As a little boy, I started investing in small real estate and small stock deals. Level 2 is the big deal. As you get more money and become more sophisticated as an investor in real life and on this board game, you do go to level 2, which is big deals. The third level is a level that the rich invest in. This is called the fast track. The 1933 Securities Exchange Act defined that only the people who are rich were allowed to invest on the fast track. You had to be a millionaire. And the fourth level is Cashflow 202, which uses the same game board to play that game. Cashflow 202 is what the sophisticated investors use. It's called technical trading, how to use insurance when you invest, how to make money when the market goes up and the market goes down. So those are the 4 basic lessons about investing you will learn by playing this game. 4 lessons that most people never even know exist. 4 levels of investing that most people have never heard about. So by playing this game, you will learn how to be an investor, you'll be introduced to the really complete world, the complete whole world of investing. That's one of the most important things you'll learn from this game. The second thing you will learn is you will learn how to use an income statement and balance sheet. In other words, you will learn to understand what accountants know. This year's income statement, this is the balance sheet. My rich dad said, if you want to be successful in the world of business and investing, you have to be financially literate. And financial literacy begins with this here. My rich dad also said that, his banker has never once asked him for his report card. His banker never asked him if he had good grades or what school he went to. He says, in the real world, once you leave school, what your banker asks you for is your financial statement. So the 2 important lessons you will learn from this game are, 1 is about the 4 levels of investing, and 2, the levels of accounting. Given all the problems we've had in the stock market lately, you'll realize that many of the analysts were giving bad financial advice because the analysts could not read a financial statement. They could not see the big companies actually lying and cheating the investing public. So that's why I created the board game Cashflow. 2 main lessons. 1, the 4 levels of investing, and 2, the importance of financial literacy. Cashflow is the only game that teaches you both lessons in one game. That's the power of the game. It's what my rich dad taught me. And that's why I'm excited about you taking a look at this game for yourselves.
Excellent. Okay, so we will start again. I've got Matthew here in the background. Well, sort of. Actually, no, he's just to the side. He's going to be a play along with me. So we're just going to go with 2 hot seat players. Oh, you can't see anything? I can't see what that's doing. Oh dear. Anyway, so we might go with, I think the computer player slowed it down last week. So we might just, oh no, we'll let a computer player. Why not? So this part of the game is when you choose your goals. I'm going to go with stock market for kids. And then Matthew likes to be a jet setter. Right, Matthew's turn. Okay, big deal or small deal, Matthew?
Small.
Small deal. You find a great deal. Company brought transfer.
Why do you say that investing isn't risky?
Well, there's always risk when you invest, but it doesn't mean you have to be risky. You don't have to be a risky investor. When you drive your car, there is risk, right?
Well, yeah, but
you don't have to be a risky driver. If you take a few lessons, practice, take it slow, you'll be a very good investor. There's always risk, but you won't be risky.
oh, I see.
Okay, so this one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. The return on investment is 150% ROI. The cost is $45,000. The mortgage is $43,000. Down payment is $2,000, and the cash flow is $250,000. So even if you had to borrow the $2,000 from the bank, this is a great deal. So Matthew, you want to buy that one?
I don't know how much money you have.
You've got $1,390.
And
the deal's $2,000. Cash flow is $250,000. It's the 150% ROI one. So it's good if you get it, even if you've got to borrow. Yep, he wants it. He's having trouble
I don't
seeing.
know. Taking out loans and borrowing money seems kind of dangerous.
Borrowing money isn't dangerous. It's what you do with the money that's dangerous. Always remember, there's good debt and bad debt. Good debt makes you rich, and bad debt makes you poor. Unfortunately, most people invest in bad debt, and that's why they're poor.
What was that? Sorry, Matthew?
YouTube won't load and I can't restart my computer because it's not signed in with music and Apple TV.
Oh, really? You can't sign? Oh, he's having trouble with his computer. Okay, my turn. Now, I'm going to pay off my retail debt.
It's because you haven't signed me back into his face.
He's got a problem because I haven't signed into it properly for him.
From you,
It's my fault.
Music and Apple TV.
It's my fault.
It won't
I've
pay
got
off because it's not signed in.
That's frustrating. I've got to sign into Apple so that he can sign in. Actually, he can restart his computer. Turn off his computer, sorry. So I'm going to have to do that at some point. But off the top of my head, I can't remember my password. I'm going to go with a small deal. 3-2 house, 60% ROI. May sell for $65,000 to $135,000. Cost is $50,000. Down mortgage is $46,000. Down pay is $4,000. Cash flow is $200,000. Now, normally I wouldn't, but I think I'm going to get this one. $60% ROI is a good return, and I can pay back the loan. The cash flow will pay for half of the loan. So as long as I get that paid back fairly quickly. I should be right. Maybe I shouldn't have been so eager to pay off my retail debt. Oh, the computer player's a doctor. It's always hard for the doctor to get out. Really tough character to play. Big deal or small deal, Matthew?
Small.
Small. On to you entertainment. Movie buyer fired after third mega flop. Shares sink. Chairman bonus cancelled. Today's price is $5 a share. The trading range is $10 to $30. So it's trading at below the trading range. Matthew, you've got $390. How many shares would you like to get?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know, you said.
So you've got $390.
Yeah.
So I think you could borrow. You could not borrow. I don't encourage borrowing. So calculator out. I think you can. It's about 70 you can borrow. 70 you can get, I should say. You can get 78. How many would you like? 40. So number of shares goes down into assets, cost per share goes into assets, and then we confirm, and it's my turn. And I'm going to go with a small deal because I've got very little money. Condo for sale. Oh, that's a good one, but I'm not borrowing that much money. I mean, it's a good one. 52% ROI with the may sell for 45 to 65. It's only 40,000, but I can't afford to borrow that much money. So I'm going to pass on that deal, I think. What's it? Well, he's actually got enough. I might actually offer to buy it to him. Offer to sell it to him, I should say. Yes, sell it to Nick. Assuming Matthew hasn't got enough money. No, Matthew hasn't. I should have known that. We only just looked at Matthew's. So I'm going to try selling that to him for look at that. He paid the $5,000 for it, and I made $500 for the deal for the finder's fee. Nice. Always like that. So you can see that because he's put it down in the chat down the bottom here. So I'm going to pay off 2 of my bank loans. So pay $2,000 off my bank loan. I still owe $2,000, but that's okay. That deal actually, oops. I clicked the wrong one, didn't I? Need a bank loan. Move that from my balance sheet. So you've got income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. Oh, Nick, got a cappuccino machine. Got to get the doodads. You don't have any choice on those. You either pay cash or you pay by credit card. Matthew's turn. Okay, big or small deal, Matthew? You've got $1,060. Small deal. Okay, condo for sale, 42% ROI, so that's return on investment. May sell for 45 to 65,000. Cost is 40,000. Mortgage is 36,000. Down payment is 4,000. Cash flow is 140. You can't really afford that, Matthew, and Nick can't really afford it either, and I can't either. Pass on deal.
It's not showing up.
I don't know why it's not showing up.
The live stream isn't showing up at all.
It's not showing up in my live.
It's not showing up on anything.
It's not showing up on anything. Well, that's a bit frustrating. That's definitely a bit frustrating. Let's roll my dice. Email you the link, Matthew.
It says video.
Really?
Please check the Google Workspace Administrator and or the network administrative restrictions.
Fascinating. I had a baby.
And you probably did it when you were playing with jobs and stuff.
Oh! I might have too. Just realised I put a Matthew's turn. There we go. You should be able to see it now.
Probably the most exciting aspect of the rat race, and the reason so many people stay in the rat race all their lives, is this card here, doodads. Doodads are the things that make life worth living. For instance, having a nice car, nice clothes, nice watch, jewelry, going out to dinner, new stereo equipment. The problem with doodads is doodads keep most people broke. And this is why they buy doodads thinking they're assets, as it goes back to the financial statement here. In traditional accounting, you're allowed to count a doodad as an asset when it's really a liability. For example, let's say I buy a boat. Your banker will allow you to list your boat as an asset when it really is a liability. The reason people do that is because they've not been trained financially to actually read a financial statement. And many people think their house is an asset when it's really a liability. You know, when your banker says to you your house is an asset, your banker's not really lying to you. He's just not saying whose asset it is. Your house is really a bank's asset. So that's why the doodad card is so important. The way my rich dad taught me to enjoy the good things of life, because I don't believe in living frugally. I don't believe in living below my means. I don't believe in saving money. I believe first in buying assets, and then my assets will buy my doodads. That's how the rich do it. The middle class, unfortunately, and the poor, they buy doodads first and never have any money left over to buy assets. For example, a number of years ago, I wanted a new Porsche. I had $50,000 in cash on the savings line here. Instead of buying the Porsche with the cash, I went out and bought a piece of real estate. That piece of real estate then gave me the cash flow via which I could buy my Porsche. So today I have my Porsche, which is still a liability because I have upkeep on it, like insurance and repairs and tires and gasoline. But I also still have my piece of real estate, and in many ways, I still have my $50,000. So the way you can buy all the doodads you want, all the wonderful toys of life, all you have to do is first buy assets first, doodads second. That's the way you get rich and enjoy the good life. I personally do not believe in living below my means, being frugal, or denying me the wonderful things that life offers me. If you want a boat, have your boat, but buy an asset first, boat second. And that's the secret to getting rich and having all the doodads you want, so you can keep up with the Joneses and pass them with cash flow.
Sounds like fun, hey? But Matthew's going to have to use his credit card to buy the big screen TV. Which isn't too bad. I mean, the repayments aren't tragic, but you are better off not having your credit card. Dave Ramsey's baby steps when the first thing he suggests is paying off retail debts and credit cards. House buyer. I'm offered $110,000 for my 3-2 house. I am going to take that price. It can go up higher, but having the cash flow is going to be really good, and I just made $65,000. That's the way to do it. Oh, Matthew, you want to sell your house? You bought it for $45,000. You're offered $110,000. So Matthew just made $68,000. Do you want to pay off your bank loan, Matthew?
Sure.
You definitely don't want to keep those bank loans any longer than you have to, because it is very high interest. part-time, our spare time company, DTU. So I've actually just recently joined a direct marketing company, and I'm going to actually give details at the end of the game. So, yeah, so spare time company, you may join Direct to You, DTU, a direct distribution company. Good products, low starting income, great growth prospects for learners and leaders. No promises and much opportunity. So yeah, really excited about the business that I'm starting. So I will show you more information on that at the end of the game. $30,000 per unit. We don't have any units. No one's got any of those. Okay, now I've got well over $5,000, and the big deals start at $5,000. But let's have a quick watch.
Let's get into some of the more details of actually playing the game. For example, you get on the rat race, you roll around, and land on opportunity cards. When you land on the opportunity card, you have basically two choices. One is a small deal and one is a big deal. Small deals are investments of $5,000 and below, and big deals are $6,000 and above. The interesting thing about this game is games actually reflect people's behavior. I'll say that again because it's important. Games actually reflect people's behavior. Like, I've seen savers just save. I've seen cheaters cheat. In the game, whatever is going on with you will come up in this game. And when it comes to the small deal and big deal, oftentimes I'll see people playing this game. They have no money. Even though they have no money, they think they have to be the John Wayne of investing, and they'll take a big deal card even though they have no money. So the beauty of this game here is you get to see their behavior. Another beautiful thing, as I said, there's four levels of investing: small deals, big deals, fast track, and then Cashflow 202. The beauty of this game is you can get rich on small deals, big deals, fast track, and 202. It makes no difference. So anyway, the funny thing about this game is I meet these, generally men, they think they have to do a big deal card even though they have no money. And that's a reflection of their behavior.
So I'm actually thinking that this would be a really good game to play with anybody that you're thinking about getting married to, so you can find out how they handle money before you go and get yourself tied to debt with them. So, yeah. So I'm going to get a big deal because I've got all that lovely money from selling that property. This is a fourplex, so it's like an apartment building. 56% ROI, may sell for $100,000 to $140,000. Cost is $80,000. Mortgage is $64,000. And the down payment is $16,000. Cash flow $750. I'm buying that opportunity.
Good job.
So the cost goes into assets. Down payment is an asset. The mortgage is a liability. The cash flow goes into income. We auto sum, and then we confirm. Now it's next time. Gotta let the computer play. He finds a great deal. And he bought that one. Nick's got to work really hard to actually get all of those debts paid off that he's got and overcome all those expenses. And Matthew's got to do that again. $100 to go get a new fishing rod. Matthew, you got $67,000. You want to pay cash?
Yeah.
It's like, of course I do, Mum. Why would I want to put it on a credit card? Isn't that good theory? Awesome. Downside. I hate getting downsized. What's that, Rob? Explain.
Another word, again, vocabulary, a new word that sort of crept into our society in the last 20 years. That word is downsizing. So question is, when you look at the cash flow quadrant, the employee, self-employed, or small business, business owner, investor, who does the word downsizing affect the most? And in this case, it's the employee, because the reason employees are afraid of the word downsizing is the truth of the matter is today there is no job security. And I go back to my poor dad always saying to me, go get a safe, secure job. Well, that was a good idea in his time, but not my time. So all of a sudden, all these people who did as they were told, they went to school, had good scholastic grades or good professional grades, There are a lot of afraid now because they're not in control. So downsizing affects these people. One of the beauties of the cash flow game is even though you're downsizing, you'll soon find on the game that even if you're downsized, you're not out of the game because you're still investing. So the purpose of the cash flow game is to train you with the business skills to become business owners and investors. So keep playing this game. Even if you're downsized, you'll find out that even as an investor, you're still in the game. So downsizing only affects employees who really have no control because their boss is in control. And it affects people with 401ks, again, because they have no control of their mutual funds. So the purpose of this game is to have you not be afraid of that new word called downsizing.
Still don't like it. All blacks. Nick borrows 9,000 to get that one. I said Nick's got to work really hard. He's got so many expenses. Matthew and I got fairly low expenses. Two rounds of golf. You gonna go for a big deal, Matthew? You got 68,000.
Yes, sir.
He likes the big deals. Automated business for sale. 30 video pinball machines at long-term contract location for sale by overextended owner.
Yeah.
Owner is desperate. 96% ROI. That's going to get you out of the rat race, Matthew.
So I'm not going to.
Okay, so just make it so that Matthew doesn't get out of the rat race yet. We're going to borrow $3,000. No. Yes. That should be enough. So they'll increase his expenses to $1,700. Whoops. So now his total expenses is slightly higher than the cash flow. So we're going to buy that opportunity. We'll put the cost down in the assets, the down payment.
Someone's about to get out of the rat race.
Down the assets, the liabilities down in liabilities, and cash flow up in income. And I'm still downsized. House buyer, 3-2 house. Now that's a nice price. And Nick sold his house. I think we're going to have a quick game tonight, not like last week and the week before. Week before, about 2 hours. Matthew, big deal, small deal? You got 50,000. Big deal for Matthew. 20,000.
My real estate broker says the value of the property will go up in value. What do you think?
Well, ask your real estate broker if they have a crystal ball. Always remember that your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell.
But I'm spending money in buying, so how does that work? Making a profit when I'm spending money?
Do you hope the investment will go up in value?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm spending money, I think.
Well, you should never expect the price of anything to go up in order to make a profit. A piece of real estate needs to be profitable when you buy it, the same as a stock needs to be paying a dividend when you buy it. Never expect the thing to go up in value. That's gambling. With that purchase, you're almost out of the rat race.
The one problem with going out the rat race when you've got such a low income is that you can't afford to buy that much in the fast track. So building up a little bit more passive income before you go into the rat race is before you leave the rat race is a really good idea. And we're gonna go for a big deal. 100% ROI. Love that. Now, 2,500, that's going to take me out of the rat race. So I'm going to do the same thing that Matthew's doing, I think. Or will I? No, I'm going to actually let this take me out. So you can see the challenges of having low income. I mean, it's not always a problem, but sometimes it can be. So I'm out of the rat race. It's nice and quick. Of course, it doesn't mean you're going to win quick, because it could take ages going around the board to win. Or it can happen really quickly. Next one, opportunity card. Oh, that's nice. Nick's got to earn a lot of passive income, organise a lot of passive income to be able to get it. You got a paycheck, Matthew? So this is the fast track. In the fast track, you got to increase your monthly cash flow day by 50,000, and you do that by buying big deals or to land on your dream.
That's the way to do it.
Who, Dad? Roll the dice. Matthew's turn. Market. See what happens in the market. And buyer offers 35,000 per unit for all units in any combination of duplex, fourplex, or eightplex. Matthew hasn't got a plex. And Nick sold his fourplex. My turn. See, the dreams in the fast track are quite expensive. So I'm going to pass on that deal because I need to save up my money to be able to buy investments. Oh, that's a nice one. Matthew's turn. You got 38,000 sitting in the bank, Matthew. And you landed on paycheck again. My turn. Private fishing cabin on a mountain lake. I'm going to buy that one. Because I got to say, that sounds like a really nice idea. And I don't want to be too stingy. Got to enjoy it too. I'm going to be able to give stuff too. Oh, downsized. Oh. Big deal, Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Duplex for sale, 48% ROI, may sell for 50 to 80,000. Cost is 45,000. Down payment's 8,000. Cash flow is 320. That will get you out of the rat race unless you organise it alone. You want to organise the loan, or you want to get out into fast? You don't care. Okay. I think we're going to buy
That was a great deal.
I mean, I could go around and pay all his debts off, but it's not going to make a huge difference to his cash flow day. So his passive income's 242,000, which is a little bit low, but that's okay. $75,000 a month. I don't have enough cash to actually do this because I need 300,000 for this investment. So that's one of the downsides to going out of the rat race and into the fast track too early. Is that one deal? If you actually if the deal pays off, then you're out of the game straight off. You win. Matthew's turn. Ancient Asian cities. Going to pass on the deal, Matthew? Yep. My turn. Now, if I had not gone for that fishing cabin, I would have had enough money to actually buy that one, but it's not a big drama. Oh, sorry, it's been a long day. It's been a good day. Busy, very busy day. I'm going to buy that. Closer to increasing my income by 50,000. Now, what no one's saying is this easy in real life, and this is only Cashflow 101. 202 goes into a lot more details. Matthew, you've got a chicken franchise. Get 10,000 per month cash flow. 300,000. Let's buy that.
There you go.
Okay, I'm guessing Nick's going to buy that. It's not going to get him out though. And honestly, he's got to work really hard with his character. That profile is rather difficult to win with. And Matthew's not going to want to have dinner with the president. It's my turn. Roll the dice. Lawsuit. Lose half my cash. Oh, lose half my cash. Not my cash. Yeah, Nick's going to buy that. I might take that banner away. Make it hard for you to see what's happening first. Matthew's not going to want to golf around the world. Oh, look at that! I won! Well, that was our quickest game ever. Well, not ever, but since I've been live streaming it. So yeah, so it comes to the end of the game and it's all done. So what I'm going to do now is go through and show you a quick presentation overview of the DTU company that I've started. So it's a bit exciting, really. But I'll go through that in a minute with you. Now, where is my presentation hiding? So, open up that slideshow. Now, hopefully, this will work nicely. Open that. Okay, so this is my presentation. So I'm going to show you some health and lifestyle options. Look at it like it is a smorgasbord. Take from it what you like, leave what you don't like, and we'll go from there. So yeah, so the company that I'm introducing you to is called Sizzle, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our story, a little about your options, a bit about the company, a bit about the products, a bit about the business plan, and then I'll probably share some testimonies along the way, and see if you've got any questions. So looking at that list, what would be your number one priority? So looking at financial freedom, more time, extra income, own your own business, personal development, health and vitality, helping others, meet new people, retirement plan, leave a legacy on the environment. They're all really, really good ideas, but which one would be your number one priority? For me, oops, something went wrong. I think I lost my internet connection with my presentation. Give me a second. See if I can get that back up and running. Into the studio. You know, I can actually simplify this now, because I'm actually doing it slightly the hard way. Oh, look at that. I lost my... There. That's what I want to share. Have sound. Now I'm going to
Few people could imagine that taking a bubble bath could pose a serious health risk. Most children love their bath time. It's hard to imagine that a health problem could possibly exist. Scalding water, perhaps. A mishap while playing. Have you ever wondered what your child might be bathing in? Is it possible that ingredients in their bubble bath could pose a health hazard? Belinda, a masseur and aromatherapist, was a regular user of a commonly available shampoo until she began to experience health problems.
I've always had a dry scalp, itchy scalp, even to the point where I've had hair loss from it. I consulted a natural therapist and thought, well, what can I do about it? I didn't know whether it was something that was to do with the scalp or whether it was an internal issue. And itchiness is gone within 2 weeks of starting using the hair care that she got me onto. It's gone.
Belinda was made aware of the connection between her scalp and skin problems and the products she used after a visit to naturopath Kathy Goomer. Kathy is a naturopath with many years' experience in helping patients solve health issues. Most people would not normally link a health complaint to the personal care products they use, but in Kathy's practice, it's not uncommon.
Miriam came in to see me because of intense itchy scalp, and she was getting constant urinary tract infections. So basically what we did, we put her on the machine, we did some testing, and her chemical sensitivity point was coming up. Now, to me, that's an indicator that her problem is possibly chemical caused. So we went through a list of chemicals on the machine, and basically one of the main ones that came up was sodium lauryl sulfate. And from my experience, sodium lauryl sulfate is first of all, a skin irritant, therefore itchy scalp's quite common. But also the sodium lauryl sulfate in bubble bath is known to create urinary tract infections. So on questioning, Miriam's actually having 2 bubble baths, or was having 2 bubble baths a week. So we're going to attack this from the angle of removing a lot of her sodium lauryl sulfate that she's putting onto her body, and we're just going to see what happens.
Dr. Mark Donoghue is a leading practitioner who specialises in environmental medicine. He often treats disorders that are a result of exposure to various environmental toxins.
There are a lot of items commonly used in personal care products that have got good evidence of not being safe and not being good for your health. And the typical ones are the glycol ethers, best known one being propylene glycol, which acts as a humectant. It attracts humidity, but there are more natural choices. We don't have to use petrochemically derived agents. And the sodium lauryl sulfate, the lauryl sulfates generally, also have the potential for risks, not just risks to long-term risk to health, but irritation effects. They're not as natural, they're not as good for the body as you would expect them to be if they're in personal care products. And it's probably better to use products without those.
The chemical industry publishes information about hazardous chemicals in their material safety data sheets. Here's what they say about sodium lauryl sulfate. Sodium lauryl sulfate, irritant and strong sensitizer, harmful if inhaled or swallowed, may be harmful if absorbed through the skin, causes severe eye and skin irritation, irritating to mucous membranes and upper respiratory tract. Symptoms of exposure may include burning sensation, coughing, wheezing, laryngitis, shortness of breath, headache, nausea, and vomiting.
Yeah, there are a lot of the common substances tend to be chemicals that are used in industry. For instance, a lot of harsh industrial cleaners have found their ways into shampoos. Classic examples of potentially harmful ingredients would include sodium lauryl sulfate. Sodium lauryl sulfate is an engine degreasant. It's used for stripping grease off garage floors. It's very good at doing that. It's very good at giving you squeaky hair. The problem with SLS, of course, is that it has a low molecular weight, which means that it enters the body very quickly, and it will store itself cumulatively in many of the organs of the body. The ethoxylated or alcoholized version of SLS is known as sodium lauryl sulfate. This is slightly less irritating than SLS, but the potential for SLES is to release dioxins. 1,4-dioxane is incredibly harmful. In fact, it was one of the ingredients in Agent Orange.
And what do the material safety data sheets say about propylene glycol? May be harmful by inhalation, ingestion, or skin absorption. May cause eye and skin irritation, gastrointestinal disturbances, nausea, headaches, vomiting, and central nervous system depression. These are only two of the many toxic substances found in personal care products. Others include talc, fluoride, aluminium, mineral oil, and various forms of alcohol.
The majority of cleansers, shampoos, and all these other personal care products and cosmetics are contaminated, either with the hidden carcinogens or with the actual known carcinogens. The public are entitled to know if there is a risk, and they're not being given that information. We're dealing with products to which people are exposed literally from conception till death. When I say conception, because of a mother applying materials to her skin, well, the material is absorbed and affects the fetus. So the first point is the duration of exposure is from conception to death. The second point is there is a very large surface area of skin which is exposed to some personal care products. And thirdly, the skin is highly permeable to what you put on it. There are very few substances that don't pass through the skin. All one can say is one is adding to the personal environment, one's adding to somebody's body, agents which are known to induce cancer, either on the basis of well-validated animal tests as accepted by the World Health Organization or based on human studies, and this is totally inexcusable when there are safe alternatives available.
So why are these ingredients in so many of the personal care products we use every day? The answer is they're cheap and appear to do the job. In the United States, personal care products that contain these and other toxic ingredients are compelled by law to include health warnings on the label. This warning is found on a popular brand of bubble bath. Use under adult supervision. Excessive or prolonged exposure may cause irritation to skin and urinary tract. Discontinue use if rash, redness, or itching occurs. Consult physician if irritation persists. Avoid eye contact. If contact occurs, rinse with water. Keep out of reach of children. Like most children, they may not only soak in this product, they splash it in their eyes, they suck on washes, and get ingredients into their system.
To me, at the moment, the best available evidence would be to avoid products that contain propylene glycol ethers generally, to avoid products that contain the lauryl sulfates. These are sensible choices. And the reason they're sensible choices is the full information is not in yet. We don't know all the details of the harm that can be caused, but we have sufficient information from animal and human studies to say that these are not good for your health. Yes, in personal care products, they're used because they're cheap, because they're effective, because they do the job that we expect. But if the price of hydrating your skin is that in the long term you damage it more and you have more wrinkles, then what have you gained from your personal care products? That's not a gain, that's a net loss. And I think we're facing the time now that a lot of what we see as the so-called visible signs of aging are nothing more than a lot of the choices that we've made as the years have gone by of products which help us in the short term, only for us to be paying a long-term price.
Consumers are beginning to have choices as evidenced by the growth of safe product industries. So let the marketplace take over where regulation has failed, and let consumers punish the reckless industries and reward the responsible industries by boycotting the unsafe products and by shopping for the safe products.
People need to start investigating obtaining safe products, replacing these products with other items that are manufactured without using these chemical problems with them.
Okay, so I'm actually hoping that you guys could hear me. Whoops, I want that on there still. So just take that back out of full screen mode. I'm not sure if you guys could actually hear me before. Because what have I done wrong? I need to get back to my slides. Where did my slides go? Wonder. See, I may have caused myself a bit of a problem there. I might have to refresh that page. Oh, technical glitches, you gotta love them. Oh, I did it again. How do I get back to my slides? I might just scoot down here and we'll do that, shall we? Okay, so 1984, the Mauer mission started with removing toxic ingredients from personal care products. And it basically started because the gentleman that founded the company, Tom Mauer, was looking, his wife had severe adult acne, and Tom was an industrial chemist, and he basically had a look at these products that she was using, her personal care products, and noticed that there were ingredients in there that he used in his harsh chemical plant. So he set about making safe products for his wife and family, and it just grew from there. So 1992, I believe it was, the New Ways networking the science happened. Then New Ways was sold because they got divorced, and in 2006, Sizzle with state-of-the-art skin science was started. So yeah, and everything has just ballooned from there. They're now doing blue light protection, adaptogens, new ingredients, advancements in sunscreen and mineral actives. 9 times the increase of skin cancer rates for women, environmental changes and pollutions, blue light from electronic devices. So the Mauer mission has basically been for over 4 decades of leadership in skincare science and commitment to safe toxic-free products, non-toxic products, effective ingredients have led to today's product innovations. So what's the solution? Become a member of Sizzle and become a wholesale buyer. Change brands, use Sizzle. They've got a range of home care products, nutrition and well-being, including anti-aging, health and fitness, weight management, and holistic foods and gut health. They've got personal care that includes dental health as well as hair and skin care. So there's a huge range. So some really simple things you can do. You can convert your bathroom, just change brands, get the shampoo, conditioner, bath, shower gel, hand and body wash, coconut. These are just some suggestions. You don't have to do this. You may not use hand and body lotions. I know with a lot of times I'll just use the shower gel as my hand wash. And they've got a moisturizer here. The Terminator mouthwash. There's like 1,001 uses for the mouthwash. I've got a video that I did earlier on the mouthwash. You've got skincare pack. I'm going to be hosting skincare parties soon. I just got to order my products. And then you've got the option of it converting your home as well. So you've got a fruit and veggie wash, dish soap, concentrated household cleaner, and biodegradable laundry detergent. So that's really, that's not an expensive thing to do. So if you want to feel great, you've got some fantastic nutritional products, including the Gold Triangle of Life. The one product there, Spectrumax, has actually got, it's the equivalent of like 3 or 4 products that I used to get from New Ways and Modere. So you've got your multivitamin, you've got your antioxidant, you've got your minerals that are in a bioavailable form, and plus a whole heap of other stuff. So I liken it to like the minerals that are in there. Minerals are really important in our body because it's like if you're looking at a car and you've got plenty of fuel in the petrol tank and you've got lots of battery and the power in the battery, but if you haven't got the spark plug, you're not going anywhere. The minerals are like your spark plug. The antioxidants are a bit like an anti-rust treatment for your insides. That one drink, the Spectrumax, is absolutely phenomenal. And a lot of people, if they just start using that, it's like less than $5 a day, so less than a cup of coffee, you can be getting all of your nutrients that you would normally be getting from like 40 different fruits and vegetables, as well as the 74 minerals, and it would make an amazing difference to your system. The Eternity is actually the equivalent nutritionally of 40 bottles of red wine. It's phenomenal. Anyway, and the Foncoiden, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Right, that's a really good product as well. I'll do a whole video on each of these products later on down the track, but I'll also share information. So if you want any more information on this, comment below. And also on that previous video, I'd love to hear what your thoughts on that were. So the other things I've got is the weight management. I've got a coffee. Coffee's got sugar in it and a whole heap of other goods and bits and bobs that actually help to give you extra energy. So it's not just the caffeine. They've got a hot chocolate that's actually got a whole heap of immune boosting properties. I'm going to be getting mine on Friday, so I'm going to be doing an unboxing video. So I'm very impatiently waiting for them. They've got a Stemolytic Supra Omega Plus, which has got a whole heap of goodies in it. It's not only the omega 3, 6, and 9, it's also got 5 and 7, which help to manage with your blood sugar and all that sort of stuff as well. Still learning about all these products. They've also got an anti-aging pack, which is just absolutely amazing. They've got a gut health starter pack, and they've got the Fortify Your Home and Health with the Health and Wealth Builder pack. That's just a really easy way to just convert your house over easy. So you got shampoo and conditioner, mouthwash, laundry liquid, and all that sort of stuff. So, and it should last you a little while. So it's not like you have to buy it every week. They've got a really cool loyalty rewards program that is absolutely excellent. And I'm going to try and show that video. And hopefully it doesn't give me the same grief as the previous video, which it probably will. I think I know what to do.
You are already sold on the amazing products Sizzle has to offer. So what could be better than enjoying your favorites each and every day? How about earning deep discounts and free rebates while you do it? Sizzle's Loyalty Rewards Program, or LRP, is as easy as, yes, 1, 2, 3. 1. Purchase your favorite Sizzle products each month. 2. Earn coupons and rebates. And 3. Redeem your coupons and rebates for future product orders and refund your shipping costs. As a loyal customer, you are likely already on track. This is how it works. When you order Sizzle products with 100 to 199 personal volume, or PV, for 4 consecutive months, you get 5% of your total combined PV back in the form of a monetary discount for future product orders. With 4 straight monthly orders between 200 and 299 PV, you will get 6% of your combined PV. When you order 300 or more PV for 4 months in a row, you'll earn 8% of your combined PV towards purchasing credit. These loyalty discounts are available for 30 days and can be redeemed for the products you want more of. What about shipping costs? Free shipping rebates are earned in a similar way. When you make monthly orders at 250 PV or more for 12 consecutive months, you will be rewarded with a cash rebate that refunds all of the ground shipping charges you incurred on your monthly orders over the previous year. Claim your rebates over the next 60 days and enjoy free shipping. Sizzle makes it easy to check the status of your coupon and rebate availability, found in your team back office. Select the Financial Tools option in the main menu. In the secondary drop-down menu, select Commissions. Then click on Loyalty Rewards. Here, you are able to view your earnings, what is available for use, and review your coupon and rebate history. You are already a loyal customer. What will you do with the money you save? Buy more product? Earn more discounts? Share with friends? That's Sizzle's Loyalty Rewards Program.
Sounds pretty cool, hey? And I just realized why I'm having problems. Oh, no, look at that. Hey.
You are already sold on the...
Okay, so it's the ideal business model. So with traditional business, I don't know if you know much about business because we're not taught at school how to be entrepreneurs. We're not taught how to run a business, which is part of the reason why 95% of traditional businesses fail in the first 5 years. Now, that's not just 95% of traditional businesses, that's also network marketers. So when people get into network market, they have no clue how to be an entrepreneur. They know how to be an employee. They don't know how to do this. And therefore, it means that 95% of people that get into network marketing have no clue what they're doing, and they end up really disappointed. And it's partially because they haven't been given the support they need to be able to actually generate an income. So I'm actually part of a group, and back in my New Ways days, my mentor in New Ways actually created a dot-to-dot, step-by-step system to help people to be able to generate an income. It was a 2 to 5 year plan, and she actually, when she did it, after 3 years of being in New Way, she was earning $25,000 a month. Now, that seems like a mind-boggling amount of money. I can't even wrap my head around it. So it's huge. She was living on like 10% of her income. Absolutely amazing lady, and giving away the rest of it. She was just phenomenal. Anyway, so network marketing, you get to choose the people that you work with. You have flexible hours, exciting travel and tax advantages. It's just amazing. Warren Buffett is actually now investing in network marketing companies. Robert Kiyosaki is quoted as saying, if I had to do it all over again, I'd start building a network marketing business. So network marketing is more than a $201 billion in sales worth worldwide. That's for the entire industry, with 6 to 8% growth year on year. It offers all the benefits of franchising for a fraction of the cost. Bill Gates has said that if he would be given the chance to start over again, he would choose a network marketing company. Donald Trump, you may or may not like his politics, you may or may not like him as a person, but he was a pretty switched on businessman. And he was quoted as saying, if I was to start all over again, I would make millions in the network marketing industry. Bill Clinton, again, you may not be a fan of his politics, but he says that network marketing is all about marketing through the people, for the people, and by the people. The Prime Minister of India, he's been the Prime Minister since 2014. He says, unemployment, India's biggest concern, direct selling at the rescue. And that's what network marketing is. It's direct selling. It's buying straight from the manufacturer. Cuts out all of those middlemen, and the only cost in there is actually the marketing dollars that they would have spent on TV advertising and everything like that. Instead, they paid it to us. Anyway, Tony Blair, the former Prime Minister of Great Britain, says network marketing is a tremendous contribution to the overall prosperity of the country, of the economy. Stephen Covey wrote the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He says that I think network marketing has come of age. It's become undeniable that it is a viable way to entrepreneurship and independence for millions of people. Well, that's pretty good. So the power of leverage, time plus money equals freedom and unlimited income potential. J.P. Getty, who is the richest man that lived between 1892 and 1976, he said he'd rather 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of his own. Well, that's like everybody working together. It's like Jim's Mowing. He's created a mowing franchise. Jim doesn't do a lot of mowing, but he's set up a system that helps other people to have a job. He doesn't mow any lawns, but he gets money, gets paid every time somebody else mows a lawn. And it's fair because he's created a system for them. And they bought the franchise off him. He helps with all that sort of stuff. So, and this is Robert Kiyosaki again, the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. Now, what would you do with an extra $500 to $2,000 per month? I mean, this is an interesting product to ask. An interesting question to ask, sorry, not product. Honestly, if I had an extra $500 to $2,000, I'd be buying a lot of products from Sizzle. They've got so many products that I want to try. So do you want financial control over your financial future? It's an important question to ask. So 12 keys to finding a good network marketing company. So is the company over 10 years old and financially stable? because you don't want a company that's under 5 years old. Definitely don't. I know a lot of people say you got to get in on the ground floor and that's where you make money. No, it's not. No, it's not. With New Ways, when my mentor Christine got into it, the company was already about 15 years old, I think it was. And she got in and was the top ranking distributor within a few months, from what I understand, at least within the first 3 years. And she maintained the top ranking distributor and then created other top ranking distributors as well. She helped a huge team of people to gain financial freedom by creating a step-by-step, dot-to-dot, nearly idiot-proof system. And she trained people how to build a business that was worked. So it was a 2 to 5 year plan to earn $2,000 to $5,000 a month. Would that be something that would interest you? So does the company invest in research and development? Yes, Sizzle is a research and development company. That's what they do. Are the product consumable? Absolutely. You go through shampoo, you go through conditioner, you need to buy some more. You go through the nutritionals, you have to buy some more. You want to buy some more because they work and you can't get them anywhere else. Which answers the next question. Are the products unique and not available in normal retail outlets? Absolutely. You can't get them. And I encourage you to go to the shops and look at the boxes, look at the bottles, read the warning labels. Does the company manufacture most of its own products? Absolutely, they do. Sizzle has a sister company that actually produces the products. Is there a high annual retention rate of people? Sizzle's annual retention rate is about 80%. So 80% of people that join Sizzle stay with the company long term. I know with New Ways, most of the people stayed. I know I was just a product user for a good 10 years after I stopped building the business. And honestly, part of the reason I stopped building the business was because the mouths weren't there with the product and development. They were still bringing out nice cut products, but I didn't have the same faith in them as I do the mowers. So yeah, does the compensation plan include a hybrid component? And that's basically asking, is there enough of an incentive for new distributors to be able to get income early on, so they've got some extra bonuses? Now, Sizzle's got some really good incentives up front. Like if you bring in 3 wholesale buyers or wealth builders in the first 2 weeks, you can actually get your products paid for because there's double bonuses for the first 2 weeks. There are conditions that apply to that, and I can link you in with my support network to explain all of that. And the next question is there a limit on payment in depth? And no, Sizzle pays right through to infinity if you've structured it right. And Dr. Fizz can help with that. He's awesome. He's a doctor over in the US. He's absolutely awesome. Does the company pay commission on dollar for dollar on most of the products? And yes, they do. A lot of other network marketing companies, you might spend $300, but you only get paid on 50, which is really disappointing. Sizzle, actually, you get product volume on dollar for dollar just about. It's a really lucrative commission rate for new distributors as well as seasoned distributors, so that they've got incentive to help you start your business. You're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. So yeah, are there car and lifestyle programs and travel incentives? Yes, there are with Sizzle. Is there a simple duplicatable system available? Yes, I'm actually in the process of sorting that out right now. And this presentation is part of that. Is there a large international presence and national conferences and leadership events? Absolutely. Absolutely there are. So 12 reasons to, and compare this against other network marketing companies. I encourage you to do that. Do your due diligence. Sizzle is a very special company. So why Sizzle? Many companies make great claims about their products and marketing plan. Sizzle is different to any other company that we have seen. They have a hybrid system that pays out maximum dollar to those who market for them. It looks after the small members that are just starting out alongside the strong builders that are building. The person who does the most work gets paid the most. So it was founded in 2006. It's a research and development company. Has a range of consumable products. The average order is around $185 US. Sizzle safe and effective products are ordered directly from the company and delivered to your door. The high renewal rate is around 80%, and the registration is really quite low. It's very reasonable for starting a business. The compensation plan is designed to help new distributors as well as paying out deep for businesses to help them grow. It's a brilliant product company. So this is a quick overview of the compensation plan. It's a video that's been done. And there are 8 different profit centers that you can make money from. So this is where you need to talk to Dr. Fizz if you're wanting to build a business on how to structure your business in the best way possible.
At Sizzle, we want you to hit the ground running. To keep your momentum going, it helps to collect cash fast. We've recognized that. So, how did we create a system that pays you so quickly? The solution was actually pretty simple. Profit Center number 1, the Fast Start bonus. When you enroll someone new, they begin to order product. With each transaction in their first 30 days, you get 25% of their commissionable volume, or CV, the same week. What's more, with each of these transactions, your upline gets 3% each, up to 7 levels, depending on their rank. As you probably guessed, that means you too. 3% to you for each transaction your downline makes, also depending on your rank. Which is why helping your enrollees enroll others can really kickstart your success. 3% to you throughout that crucial first month. And it's paid out weekly, helping you scale and scale fast. At Sizzle, we want you to hit the ground running. To keep your momentum going.
So they've got these wealth builder packs that make it really easy. They've also got another part of the system that in the first 2 weeks, if you buy one of these wealth builder packs and you introduce 3 other people that do the same thing, you're looking at a $300 check back from the company to say thank you. That's only in the first 2 weeks. So after that, it drops down to the 25%, I think it is. But yeah. So they've got some great packs here. You've got transformation pack. You've got a wellness pack. You've got an age pack. These are all the age pill. The age pill's fantastic. You've got the natural science, which is a skincare. You've got the weight loss pack. And you've got the toxin-free house pack, which I got this one. I'm looking at getting this one as well. And you've got some other stuff as well. So it's fantastic. But that's all on the website. So this is another part of another profit center.
Let's talk about your second profit center, direct commissions. With your initial order of 50 personal volume, or PV, you are set up to receive 3 levels of payout. And as you place people on those levels, you start getting paid out on their volume after 30 days. Let's illustrate. You get 7% of whatever commissionable volume, or CV, the people on the first level in your placement tree make. And you get 7% of the CV that the second level makes. Furthermore, you get 7% of the CV that preferred level makes. And these commissions are paid out monthly. What a great incentive to keep building your business. Sizzle not only pays you 7% on the first 3 levels, but also pays you 7% on levels 4 through 7. Receiving 7% on these levels is achieved through rank advancement, which is explained in a later video. The simplicity still remains. You get 7% of the CV brought in per level. When you help those in your placement tree duplicate the same process and work hard for their own legacy, your 7% gets bigger and bigger. Are you beginning to see how your income can grow exponentially? Because when you help others succeed, you succeed. Let's talk about your second profit center.
Okay, and we keep going. So this is number 3.
When you achieve the rank of 3-star, you'll move into our third profit center, the Infinity Bonus. This is where you will start to grasp just how limitless your compensation can be. How? After your business has 7 placement levels, as explained previously, you can begin receiving monthly payouts for every additional level, 8th, and beyond. Each person added to your placement tree is another source of income. So what do you receive? In addition to the 7% you receive from the first 7 levels, the rank of 3-star allows you to receive 0.5% from your 8 levels direct commissions and 0.5% from every single level through infinity. It gets even more lucrative as your rank increases. As a 4-star, you get 1% from your 8 levels direct commissions through infinity, and the trend continues with increasing compensation per rank through 10-star, as illustrated here. By not limiting your levels of payout, we make it simple for you to succeed. And the higher you rank, the bigger your cut from your organization. When you achieve the rank of 3-star, you'll move into our third.
And it keeps going. There are 8 profit centers.
By now you know that everyone within your business contributes to your success. Our next profit center, the Master Check Match, is another great example of this interdependent income. It's what we like to call a generational bonus. The Master Check Match Profit Center pays you for up to 4 generations of direct commissions. These generations come from your enrollment tree. Your enrollment tree works like this. You personally sponsor Mary. Mary signs up Rachel. Rachel signs up Susan, etc. Each is a level in your enrollment tree. There is no limit on how many people you or anyone can personally sponsor. But there is a distinction between the levels shown here and your generations. To receive generational pay, there are rank qualifications. This is where the term dynamic compression is applied. For you to place people in your generations and to qualify for generational pay, you and your potential generations must first be star qualified. Whatever star rank you are, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, etc., that is how many generations of pay you are qualified to receive, up to 4 generations. Hence, Master, Check, Match. But let's assume that by now you're a 5-star master. You qualify to get paid from all 4 generations. So who are in these generations? Your first generation consists of the first qualified distributors along the enrollment tree that you personally sponsor. The generational payout for this first generation is always equal to 10% of their direct commissions. Your second generation consists of the next qualified star-ranked masters along the enrollment tree. This generational payout is equal to 5% of their direct commissions. Those in your third generation are the next qualified star-ranked masters along the enrollment tree. This generational payout is also equivalent to 5% of their direct commissions. And true to form, your fourth generation consists of the next qualified star-ranked masters along the enrollment tree. This generational payout is equivalent to 5% of their direct commissions as well. Can you see why it really pays to rank up and to find some hardworking people that you can personally sponsor? You not only get a 10% equivalent of their direct commissions, you will begin to get a 5% equivalent from those that they sponsor as well, once they qualify. A good business is run by a motivated individual, but a great business is run by a successful team. Build your business, build your team, get rewarded.
Hello, sorry about that. I seem to have lost my internet connection on my computer for some reason. It's just misbehaving on me. I'm not quite sure why. Well, I think it's starting to go back again now, so I'll be able to swap back to my computer in a little bit. I hope. It's a bit slow. Oh dear. Definitely not the plan. I do apologise for that. I'm not sure why my computer. That's the second time it's done that tonight. Not quite sure why. Yes, I'm going to mute myself now.